Okay, I already made a video about my Tascam DA20 Mark II digital audio tape, but today I'm actually gonna show you how we are recording music with this device. So for all of you who've never heard about digital audio tape, that's a ordinary cassette tape, which we have here, and digital audio tape looks actually something like this in comparison. And you see here it reads R64DA, so that's 64 minutes of playtime, but they also came with 46 minutes of playtime, or even less, like the one I have in here, and the one I have in here should be 19 minutes. Let's just get that out. And so you see this one, and that's the one we are using to tape, is for 19 minutes of playtime. So, but before we record, I actually have something like this. It's called a cleaning cartridge, and this one is from Sony. So let's take out the tape which we are recording later. And I'm sorry, I have to film that by hand, so I'm not using like a tripod or whatever for this video. And now you see we have a top loader. So we put it in like this direction. And I've never used that cleaning tape before. I reckon we just press play, and hopefully it works. So we see it works. And this one says it has 5 meters or 16 feet. So this should be pretty fast done, hopefully. And as you can see, we were hitting play here. And again, we are working on the cleaning cartridge right now. And I am not sure if we are supposed to let it run through or not. What does that one say here? Actually says nothing much about the cleaning cartridge. I do not even recall when I bought this one. So it says the cleaning cartridge should be used every 25 hours. The drive automatically identifies the tape as a cleaning cassette, then load and runs the tape. After approximately 10 seconds, the cassette will eject automatically. Actually does not. So let's stop it, take it out. Maybe it runs longer. So this is how that cleaning cartridge looks like, which we do not need now. Now we are putting in again a cartridge where we can record 19 minutes of music. And let's put that in again. Okay, so 2 things before we start recording. I discovered actually 2 things I was not aware of. Number 1, so we have a write protection. Right here we see the write protection is off, so we can record. On this one you see we have the write protection on. And let's just pop this one in here and just have a look at the display. Okay, looks good here, right? And we could actually hit record. Now, let's get this one out and now pop in the one with the write protection real quick, which should be this one. And we should see, hopefully, something changing here. And you see here, it now reads DA, whatever DA means, but that tells us we have a write protection, so we cannot write on this one. And again, the difference here, you see here, it's enabled the write protection, disabled. Another interesting thing I realized, I made actually a royalty-free CD, and I was hoping to record music from that. Now here's an interesting thing. Right now we are or I am recording Metallica. I can't play that to you, of course. And you see it's also 44.1 kilohertz, and I could actually make a digital copy for my private use, which I'm not doing, but just for the purpose here to show you how the recording works. We see we are recording now. Okay, I paused it. You see we pause here. If I let loose of the pause, it starts actually reading the time here. So we are recording now. So just memorize this one. And now we stop the recording and we take out the Metallica tape. CD, of course. And we put in this one. I actually burned and made it royalty free, but here's the bummer. I maybe did something wrong here. And I'm going to show you real quick. Let's just play the tape real quick. And okay, tape doesn't want to play. So we are actually recording from CD. I've already prepared a CD here, and you can see we have 44.1 kilohertz. That's important for the quality. And we have actually a dial here for the recording mode, which reads 32K and in brackets LP, and I guess that means long play. Maybe it's moving slower than the tape, I guess. Then we would have 48K, and we are using the 44, which you see here. We are recording digital, of course, and you see that here, the red one, it's called coax. So we are using a coax cable. Okay, so that's behind the machine, and here you see clearly the two coax cables, which are a little bit different to the RCA cables. So we have a coaxial digital cable coming in here and one going out here. So for the coax cable coming in, that comes in from a CD player, and then the coax out actually goes to my receiver here. And you see here we have the CD player here, and we are playing a CD now directly from the coax cable to the digital audio tape. And now let's just rewind, and that should be a royalty-free tune which we have here. And so if we want to record, we would actually hit record here, and you see it started recording. And also you see here that we are recording right now. You see that? And again, you see it's 44 kilohertz. That's the same like we have on the CD, of course. And we are recording digital here. And again, you see here we have chosen 44 kilohertz. What we could also do here, we could adjust the input level. Since it's my first recording ever with this machine, via coax at least. I recorded before, but just analog. And it's a digital tape, so it doesn't make sense to record analog that much, except you want to save your long play records, for instance, and you buy a long play record and you play it for the first time, then it would make sense maybe to save it here. And you see when I hit play now, we are recording now. And now I'm actually playing the royalty-free thing. But now you see, here's the interesting thing. If we are hitting record, you see this one here, it reads Pro H. So that's a copy protection. It's funny since I actually, just for the purpose of this video, was choosing royalty-free music, which I got from the internet, and somehow it reads a copyright protection here. And that's because we are coming in digitally. If we would go in here with the same CD analog, which makes no sense because we want to record digital, we could override the copy protection, right? So apparently I can make a copy of my Metallica CD if I choose to do so, which I'm not gonna do, but just for the demonstration I showed you. But apparently here we have something, it realizes, hey, there is a copyright protection, which means it's just not recording. Whatever I do here, you see, it's not running here, it's not recording. And let's just pop in, I'll just show you with a tape, which CD, which we can record what's changing here. Okay, so long story short, I actually tried to play the file via USB. I just found out that my Blu-ray player flags everything which I output via digital as copyright protected, even though I'm using royalty-free music. What I'm trying to say, it doesn't matter, because right now I try to record via a digital input source. So that's a video for another time where I am recording that sound. Now, to be honest, I'll try it with the Metallica CD, and that worked fine. And what I can confirm, that the digital recording here is 100% like you would have on your CD or DVD when you play the music just from a not copyright protected media. Astonishingly, it plays an ordinary CD just fine, or accept an ordinary CD to be recorded fine. So I need to find out why I have a copyright protection when I'm actually using my own CD with copyright-free music. That's a little bit odd, but it's just a Tascam realizing, hey, it's flagged by the DVD player as copyright protected, and so you cannot record it. I have no issue with that, but we can also override it if we would record it from the CD player analog. And I'm pretty sure if we would have an analog input directly from the CD player, we still would have a tip-top audio quality. But on the other hand, since we have a digital in here, I want to use the digital in. So that's a video for another time where we try to figure out how we can actually record that. But you see, again, if I want to record here, we just have a problem because it just tells us that it's a copyright protected music. Although right now it's refusing to do anything. Also interesting. Not sure why it's doing that. Let's just see if the tape is still okay. Okay, tape is still okay. Not sure why it doesn't want to record now. You see again, it's just not letting us record that. But I showed you before it is possible, and as I said, that's a video for next time. But now you see at least what's a digital audio tape about. And all these tapes come with different recording time. This one we are using in here has also 19 minutes. And the one with the maximum capacity I have is 64 minutes. I am not sure if there is one where we have more than 64 minutes as from a digital audio tape or not. And thanks for watching, and within the next weeks I want to do a more in-depth dive in with this device. Then I'm gonna find out what all of this means here, like the mode. I do not know. You see here, if we change the mode, it reads A time, P time, REM, or it goes away. Then we can reset the counter cool, and then we can set a margin here, and that seems to be like a decibel margin. And then there is a button execute. I have no idea what that means. ID mode, and then of course we can change the input. Like you see here, this would be analog now, and now we have coaxial. And funny enough, if it's just showing me 44 here, I guess that's automatic from the coaxial input here. Let's just see, let's change the input real quick. Yeah, you see, so the on the analog side, we can actually say, okay, record in 32K, record in 48K or 44. But once we let's just swap it to 48, but once we hit the coaxial, it automatically senses like the CD quality to 44 kilohertz. So lesson learned here. Apparently we could set a timer here as well, which I do not even know how to do, and it was able to be operated with a remote control, which I do not have. Maybe for the next video I find a code, because I have a universal remote control which I could program, where you could punch in a code for a device, and then you could use that remote control to use it with this device. We shall see. And that's it for today.